What would Dallas look like 3 years from now? Let's have a look. Dallas, a city noted for its strong economy and recognizable skyscrapers, was mainly developed by investors. Dallas, in contrast to other cities, is a young city that is still developing its identity. There are plenty of mesmerizing secrets about this city, but some of the lesser-known ones include the abundance of inspiring activities, captivating locations, hills and enormous trees, urban parks and lakes, and lots of sunlight. But you must be wondering what we should expect in the coming years. In this video, you will get the answer to this. But before we get started, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. With that being said, let's get into it. According to urban planners, connecting dense but not overly congested neighborhood cores is the key to revitalizing the metropolitan area's central business district. Some urban devotees see a Dallas in the future that is styled after San Francisco or Manhattan, with block after block of elevated, packed sidewalks and roads with plenty of mass transportation. Almost every major city in the US is attempting to repopulate its core, reduce the reliance of its citizens on cars, and provide amenities close to its neighborhoods. Young professionals have recently found the metropolitan lifestyle to be alluring, as it has in most of the US. So guys, we have listed a few of the most awaited projects in Dallas. Let's have a look at it. Field Street District. Is Field Street Dallas's next major street? Along the road that connects downtown and uptown, high-rise construction projects worth billions of dollars are currently under construction. Some of the largest upcoming new developments in North Texas are spread out along 7 blocks of Field Street between Ross Avenue and Harry Hines Boulevard. The buildings in the downtown area will be connected to the expanding high-rise district immediately north of the Woodall-Rogers Freeway by half a dozen tower developments proposed for Field Street. Now, we would like you to have a bit of knowledge about the history of this area. One of the major construction projects on the street, with meager origins, is the Field Street District. Originally known as Magnolia, portions of Field Street link Dallas's downtown with the city's historic Jewish and Hispanic communities to the north. Thomas William Field, a visionary Dallas real estate developer who, in the late 1800s, constructed the opulent Oriental Hotel and the town's first opera theatre, was later honoured with the street's naming. Later, factories, train yards and warehouses were constructed along Field Street. But over the past few decades, the northbound boulevard transformed into the boundary between the towers in Victory Park and the thriving uptown. Currently, one of the project's major investors, Jonas Woods, had planned to begin building the first of 2 buildings in their billion-dollar Field Street District mixed-use development near the southwest corner of the Woodall-Rogers Freeway in December 2021. The commercial and residential high-rises will be the first phase of the 6-acre construction. East Quarter Skyscrapers. Another tower is being considered by the East Quarter developers in downtown Dallas. The 20-block region on the east side of downtown has been under development since 2018 by Todd Interests and collaborators. Todd Interests is currently finishing a 20-story office and apartment tower in the East Quarter at Pearl and Jackson Streets, in addition to refurbishing several buildings constructed in the 1920s and 1930s nearby. The developer is currently considering constructing a high-rise apartment complex on Main Street. According to planning records submitted to the state, the 47-storied residential tower would be constructed at 2222 Main Street for $195 million. The 800,000 square foot structure, scheduled to debut in 2025, was designed by Dallas architect HKS, according to state papers. The tallest structure envisioned for the eastern fringe of downtown would be the planned residential skyscraper. New office and residential towers are being built in the region and its neighbouring Deep Ellum neighbourhood, thanks to the influx of developers. Todd Interests and partners invested $460 million to transform downtown's iconic First National Bank skyscraper into a mix of retail and office space, apartments, and a 5-star hotel in addition to the East Quarter project. Furthermore, Todd Interests began converting the 30-story One Dallas Center Tower at Bryan and St. Paul Streets into offices and residences. In 2012, the highest new housing structure in the downtown area would be Todd Interest's planned East Quarter Tower. The Atelier skyscraper on Paul Street has 41 stories, whereas the Amley Fountain Place flats have 45 stories. Central Development. One of the largest mixed-use complexes, slated north of downtown Dallas, has begun construction. The Central project, which has been in the works, is slated to contain a number of high-rise structures encircling a central park at the intersection of Haskell Avenue and US Highway 75. De La Vega property is working on a 27-acre development that will probably end up costing close to $2.5 billion. Construction workers are preparing the site for the Central's first phase, a 351-unit apartment tower developed by Streetlights Residential in Dallas. According to planning records submitted to the state, the more than $100 million high-rise with retail will debut in 2025. In the Dallas region, Streetlights Residential is working on a number of new apartment developments. In the Uptown and Deep Ellum neighborhoods of Dallas, the business has constructed a number of high-rise residences, high-rise office space, a hotel, retail stores, and dining establishments are also planned for the Central development. A 430-unit Central neighborhood has already been built next to the Central site by Irving-based apartment builder JPI. In 2017, De La Vega Development started acquiring land for the Central. The technology business, Affiliated Computer Services, originally occupied the buildings on a sizable portion of the development site. Early in 2020, a faulty demolition left the core of an old office building hanging over the block, drawing a lot of focus on the property. Before the concrete wreck was finally taken down by construction workers, the Leaning Tower of Dallas enjoyed a brief internet craze. Harwood Tower. How about another great tower in Dallas? In Dallas's Uptown neighborhood, one of the original developers is forging forward with plans for its biggest project at Caroline and Field Streets. To the north of downtown, Harwood International plans to construct a 42-story tower. The more than 1 million square foot skyscraper, known as Harwood No. 12, will span Caroline Street and be the tallest tower in the Uptown neighborhood. Early in December 2020, Dallas's City Plan Commission received site revisions for the land close to Victory Park from developer Harwood. The skyscraper would contain 20 stories of office space, 15 levels of parking, and ground floor shops and eateries, for an estimated price of more than $100 million. There are also proposals for a rooftop restaurant, hence a mega project it is. The developer's Harwood Design Factory is creating the skyscraper. Since opening its 8-story Rolex building next to the Crescent in 1982, Harwood International has been working on construction projects in the region. The Harwood District, an 18-block mixed-use development, will house thousands of office workers, affluent residences, and retail establishments. The construction of the Harwood No. 10 office skyscraper, a 22-story high-rise on McKinnon Street, is now complete. Additionally, a high-rise hotel is being built by Harwood International close to McKinnon and Moody Street. McKinney Avenue. Yet another high-rise in Uptown Dallas is slated to begin construction later this year. The Austin-based developer, Endeavor Real Estate Group, is responsible for the McKinney Avenue mixed-use tower. On the junction of Bowl Street and McKinney, a high-rise with 19 stories of offices and apartments will be constructed. The $121 million project is scheduled to start at the end of 2022, and it will be finished and open in 2025. The 386,000 square foot structure, which has been in the works for a while, was designed by Dallas architect HKS. In 2019, Endeavor bought the property in McKinney. The location is presently home to several little retail and business structures. The new building for Endeavor would include 15,000 square feet of retail space, 60,000 square feet of office space, and 290 residential units. This company, which manages projects for retail, office, industrial, mixed-use, and multi-family housing, is the biggest full-service commercial real estate firm in the Austin region. One of several new high-rises rising in Uptown is the McKinney and Bowl skyscraper. Just a few streets away, at McKinney and Maple Avenues, Trammell Crowe intends to shortly begin construction on a 27-story tower. Goldman Sachs campus. A general contractor's details have provided some hints regarding the Goldman Sachs complex that is slated to be built northwest of Dallas. In Dallas's uptown neighborhood, a 4.5-acre mixed-use complex will be built, according to Balfour Beatty. According to the contractor, the corporate campus will have 3 distinctive towers ranging from 9 to 15 levels, referring to the project as Project Meadow. The building includes approximately 890,000 gross square feet of lobby and common spaces, amenities, office areas, and accessible outdoor terraces with gardens on portions of the roofs. According to a news release from the contractor, a garage structure will also be delivered with a roof designed to feature a 1.5-acre park. Although Balfour Beatty withholds Project Meadow's location, Hunt Realty's renovation of the North End flats on Field Street north of downtown is the other uptown project of this site, currently under construction. Goldman Sachs, a financial institution based in New York, intends to employ 5,000 people in the brand new corporate complex that will serve as the project's launchpad. Dallas's City Council decided to provide Goldman Sachs and Dallas's Hunt Realty with more than $18 million in financial incentives to construct the office tower. On an 11-acre site immediately north of the Woodall-Rogers Freeway, plans for the Hunt Realty mixed-use development include commercial buildings, residential and hotel towers, and retail space. A central park will be surrounded by the new structures. The project's focal point will be the more than 800,000 square foot office of Goldman Sachs. According to Balfour Beatty representatives, the building will officially begin in early 2023. Early 2025 is the projected completion date for the project. This development is designed to be one of the most environmentally friendly and energy-efficient projects in the corporate office market sector. Steve Dillon, Balfour Beatty's Senior Vice President in Texas, said in a statement, "As one of North Texas's leading office builders, we look forward to leveraging our industry-leading expertise to successfully provide our client and its tenant with a premier facility in the quickly transforming, highly visible area of Uptown." The projected development specifics have not yet been made public by Hunt Realty and Goldman Sachs. The North End apartments, constructed in 1997 and situated between Victory Park and Uptown, are currently being demolished. The project, which has zoning that permits structures up to 80 stories in height, is one of the biggest developments for the downtown region. So guys, those days aren't too far when the residents of Dallas will be enjoying their lives in full swing. In just a few more years, we will see some awestruck projects in the 3rd largest city of Texas. Are you also waiting to visit these skyscrapers? Let us know in the comments below and give a thumbs up to our video. See you in our next video. Till then, take care.